Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylla and today I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why you repel money. I've done a lot of work around money and personal finance on myself and also with my clients. And one thing I keep noticing is that some people struggle a lot more than others when it comes to managing their finances, creating abundance. And I'm not talking about differences in birth. Somebody who is born poor or somebody who was born into privilege, obviously there are going to be different challenges and more challenges for the one than for the other. That is clear. No, I'm talking about you might have 2 people of very comparable circumstances and backgrounds, and one of them doesn't seem to be able to catch a break. And they just struggle a lot more. It's like they literally repel money. And I was one of these people once, and I've learned a thing or two about it. So your mission today is to learn why you may be struggling financially and to learn how to start turning the situation around. So the first reason why you may repel money is stress. When I was researching this video, I came up with the idea about 6 months ago. I planned my videos ahead quite a bit. While I was researching, I came across a quote by my friend, Dr. Valerie. I'm going to link her website below, by the way, she's amazing, who wrote, "Stress is like Teflon to abundance." And I thought, why didn't I come up with this? Because this was one of those, I love these moments of serendipity, where somebody I know just works on the same thing or is on the same vibration, so to speak, and just comes up with similar ideas. And this is such a great way of putting it. Think about it in terms of energy. This sounds very hippie and woo-woo. There might be a reason why I'm wearing the purple top today. Just bear with me because there is really something to this. Energetically, when you think of abundance, when you think of receiving money or receiving things, that's the exact opposite of being stressed. Because when you're stressed, you tend to lift your shoulders, you tend to get tense. We say tense, stress and tense, because literally our muscles contract. We take shallow breaths because everything is contracted. Now think about abundance. Think about, we're playing a charades and you are supposed to mime the concept of abundance without using any words. What would you do? Try it, do it. Explain to someone without words what is abundance. I bet you have made a gesture something like, or you're doing something expansive, something opening up. And that is what attracts abundance. Stress and contraction is the exact opposite of it. What follows from this is that in order to attract, to struggle less financially and to attract more abundance, you need to work on reducing the stress in your life as much as you can. And I know as well as anyone that it's not always possible. But you can do small things. Just, this is a whole new video. Start meditation, do some yoga, make time for yourself, make time for self-care, make time for your passions, downsize your life, slow down, all these things. Because that is really worth it. No, not just because it's healthier and you'll be happier, but also because it helps you attract money. The second reason you might repel money is called ignorance and mindset, because it has these 2 halves. Ignorance is not knowing about money. This is what I call the nuts and bolts. You need to learn about budgeting, about investing. You don't have to become an expert, but just learn a couple of basic principles. Learn how to manage your personal money from month to month and what to do with the money you save, because then you will start saving. Nobody teaches us that in school. So this is another thing that we start with a huge disadvantage in our lives. We need to teach it to ourselves. And money seems to like going to places where it's valued, where people actually know what to do with it and how to manage it. So this is the one thing. The other half is the mindset. We have all these limiting beliefs, subconscious beliefs about money. Money doesn't grow on trees and we have to work really hard in order to make money, and we grow up with these beliefs. Now, before you start blaming your parents, my opinion is that your parents aren't aware of that either, because they also inherited it. And I believe this goes back through many generations historically. If you think about it, 500 years ago, most people the people who had money 500 years ago were usually the nobles and the kings and queens and the nobles in the country. And that was a tiny percentage of the population, which means that 90 or 95% of us have ancestors that were actually really poor, or at least didn't have a lot of money. They were working people, they were crafts people, they were maybe tenants in the countryside. So they never had, in those days, if you were born into a certain class, there was no way you were ever going to leave that class, no matter how hard you worked or whatever you did. So that's a lot of money heritage that we get in our DNA that is really not conducive to getting not just rich. You don't have to get rich if you want to, but even to avoid being in debt all the time, struggling all the time, and being fearful. So these two things, you need to learn about money, the nuts and bolts, and you need to work on your mindset and on your subconscious beliefs. The least you can do, get some money books. I can actually recommend some to you, so hit me with an email. I can give you a couple of good recommendations to start with. Get coaching. I have a money program for that exact reason. A lot of coaches do just shop around and see what resonates with you. If you want to do a course rather than one-on-one coaching, if a course that you can do at your own time is more your thing, I can recommend a couple of things there as well. Hit me up with an email. I'll give you a couple of recommendations. So this is it, and that brings me to point number 3, which is let me know. I would love to know where you stand in this. Are you struggling financially? Have you always felt that finance is something negative? Or are you joyful about your money? Are you abundant? Are you actually maybe really well off? Or maybe you're not well off, but you feel like you have everything you need. Where do you stand here? And what do you take from this video? I'd love to hear about it, and I'll reply to every email, I promise. If you didn't get the link to the video in an email, that means you're not part of the Wild Spirits community yet, and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in that little form there. You'll get 1 email per week, so it's really 100% spam free. You'll get extra articles and information, recommendations of books and other resources, and sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching, that'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.